So you ought to be coming on here shortly.
Okay.
Hey-o. There he is.
Oh!
Hello.
Wow!
See, we don't need all this in-person stuff when we got Zoom. So I wanted to talk to you as the founder of Ames and as someone who your heart has changed the trajectory of my life and Bevan's life and so many others. Could you tell us, where did it start for you? When were you called into missions? How did you know, hey, I've got to go do something concerning the nations?
Didn't understand what it really meant to be a missionary. But I said, Lord, if you want me to be a missionary, I will. So I started with Teen Challenge in Texas, working with drug addicts, alcoholics, street people. And then we went to Europe to start Teen Challenge overseas. There was none at that time. My secretary came in and said, Howard, we have Mark Buntain on the phone. He wants to talk with you about coming to Calcutta. 16 million people, never been there, never wanted to go there. But I agreed to go. The plane was late and nobody met me at the airport. Went to my hotel, just fell on my face before God, because what I saw on the streets of Calcutta, children out in street corners begging for bread, pointing into their stomachs that they're hungry. And I started crying. And it was like I saw the faces, my own boys, on the faces of those kids. So I got the hotel room. I just fell on my face before God. I said, God, if you can use me in India, please use me. Someone knocked on the door. They said, we got a schedule for you. So they took me to Mother Teresa's House of the Destitute and the Dying. Here are 115 people laying on the floor waiting to die. These wonderful Catholic nuns brought them in. Then they took me to a funeral pyre where they're burning bodies. They said, these are people that died last night in the streets. They starved to death. There are 1 million people living on the streets, they told me. I'll never forget this. Mark said, Howard, when you fly over India for the next week, look down on those villages, and I want you to know there are 600,000 villages never had the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I thought to myself, what kind of world is this? I went back to America, met with David Wilkerson. He thought I was going nuts because I couldn't stop crying. We started a new program out of Teen Challenge Europe to plant churches where there were no churches. So Ames started when I looked out that plane window. And it just broke my heart. How can we as a body of Christ, churches, organizations, individuals, let the world be like this? Over 3 billion people that are unreached. So this has got to change.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm just so broken. But we need to be moved with compassion. And compassion is more than emotion. It's seeing the need and doing something.
Yes.
So that's why we have a design strategy, and Joshua and Bevan were the keys to this. And we have these field workers that Joshua talked about. And we need thousands more field workers.
Yeah.
And so we need prayer partners and financial partners, and those will be broken before God and broken over what breaks his heart. How can we let people go into eternity without hearing the gospel of Jesus Christ? That's my heart, Joshua and Bevan.
I want to say thank you, Howard, for planting the seed. Thank you for starting Ames. Thank you for letting God use you to speak about this season of reaching the unreached through people group adoption. And we believe that we've just started to see, we've barely seen the tip of the iceberg of what God's going to do among the unreached.
Oh, that's right.